All right. Thank you everybody for bearing with me. I told you guys this like isn't our strong suit, but either way, let's get started. We're already late. I hate being late, even though I'm Filipino and they're always late as fuck. But anyways, I just want to welcome you guys to this super quick training we're doing tonight. It's going to be on approaching. And I'm going to talk about exactly how to correctly approach women to get us immediately and excitedly talking, engaging, laughing, and just longing for even more of you the second you open your mouth, because I promise it's possible. So again, I just want to make sure that we're all okay. Everybody's done laughing at me and shit. I can't, again, there's like so long of a lag, guys. I can't even like really interact with you. And that like makes me so sad. Because that's one of my favorite parts of doing these. But for anybody who's been on my my master classes, we usually do this in Zoom. But again, I wanted to reach y'all on a bigger, broader scale. So here we are with a little lag and shit. Everybody says video and audio is good. Okay, good to know. Okay, so for anybody who is new to my trainings, what I'll do is, unlike my Q&A live streams that I'm used to doing or that I used to do in the past, I'm going to be super focused and super honed in on this one topic. And that's how it's going to be every single day for our 5-day challenge. Brand new topic every day where we're going to delve into key points in every interaction you're going to have with women so that you're comfortable, you're confident, and that you're excited to interact with women by the end of our 5 days. And today's topic is going to be approaching, because that's step one, right? And too many men have difficulty with step one, unfortunately. And if you have a lot of difficulty with step one, anything after is going to be difficult as well, right? And if you're not having fun and you're not having blast when it comes to meeting and filtering women for who's a good fit for you, you're going to hate interacting with women. And how do you think women are going to feel if we feel like you don't love interacting with us? Exactly. You guys always hear me say that your energy is contagious. So if you don't love being in that interaction, we're going to feel like you don't love being in that interaction. So again, the reason we're doing the deep dive into approaching is because too many men are just dropping the ball when it comes to doing this, or y'all are avoiding doing it altogether. And again, there's so much of a lag, so I can't even like really see, but how many of you guys are one of these two categories when it comes to approaching women? There's like, Patricia, there's like a 30-second lag. I don't think I can even count the hands, but I'm going to look for the hands and see if the hands come up. But if you are one of these two categories of men, that's not surprising. That's usually the reason that most guys don't approach, is that, you know, one of these two reasons. And I don't care how progressed we are as a society, y'all hear it from me all the time. It's just not safe for us women to approach men who are complete strangers. While men don't have to worry about coming onto a woman, then getting killed for it, women really realistically do. We still have to worry about this shit to this day. For those of you who haven't heard this story before, I'll tell a super shortened version of it. I was alone one morning in Costa Rica. This is about a year ago now when I told this story, when it happened. And I got lost walking into a coffee shop, and I found one person on the street, and it happened to be a man. And I just asked him where to go. So he goes, "Oh, I'll walk you there." I was like, "Okay, cool." So then while walking, he proceeds to start like rubbing my back and my shoulders and like stroking my hair, and then like asking if I had a boyfriend, and like being like, "Oh, I'll be your boyfriend out here." And like, here I am. I like wasn't even approaching him because I was interested. I was just fucking lost. So then I proceeded to like run as far away as I could, because I was like legit in fear for my life at that point. And side note, it turns out he was actually taking me in the exact opposite direction of where I needed to go. And that's why it's not in our nature, no matter how evolved we women are now, no matter how progressed we are in society, it's just not safe for us to go up to men who are complete strangers to approach them. So yeah, we leave it to you guys. If you're that interested in us, he'll come talk to us, right? That's how we women think. Because there's so many men, but here's the thing, there's so many men nowadays opting out of doing so, giving themselves the excuse that like, oh no, women don't want to be approached because of Me Too, when that just isn't the reality, guys. Somebody even yesterday was like, oh yeah, society, like, no. Me Too had nothing to do with good, honest, well-intentioned men starting conversations with women. It had to do with rape and sexual assault, period. And if you think that's a good enough reason as to why you shouldn't approach women, you need to get fucking real and just admit that you're scared to do it. It's not because you don't know how, or because it's never worked out for you. And that will always be the real reason why men don't approach. And that's fine. That makes a lot of sense. Why would you do something if you're not confident doing it? Or why would you do something if it's never fucking worked for you? But that will no longer be your reason after tonight. So I'll tell you right now, because we women defer to you men to approach us, we women only pick for men who approach us, the men who go after us, the men who move things forward with us. Whereas your dating pool, guys, your dating pool consists of any woman that you approach or you talk to or that you open up. And because there's so many more men subscribing to this notion nowadays that approaching is bad, especially because of Me Too, and nowadays, that leaves you with even more opportunities and options to choose from. Because being able to approach well is being able to open all the doors for yourself that aren't afforded to other men who just can't. So this is for the men who are just ready to eliminate your approach anxiety for good, or you're ready to stop making excuses as to why you probably shouldn't. Go talk to that woman that caught your eye. It's basically for any guy who wants to feel like you can talk to any woman you wanted, no matter what the situation and no matter what the scenario. So by the end of this, we're going to learn just that. This is a Gillette commercial. By the end of this, you're going to learn just that. You're going to approach in a way that gets us women relieved and excited that you did it. And if she's an apprehensive ass, super skeptical ass, she's going to, at the very least, see you as a human being that she cannot refuse. Because at the very least, I'll tell you right now, guys, all of us at our core are good to other people we see as humans just like us. It's in our nature. It's why we all seek out similar people. And by the end of this, you're going to have women responding and engaging to you with just your first phrase to her, no matter who you are, no matter who she is, no matter where you are or what the situation. And in a way that gets your brain convinced that not only is approaching necessary and easy, this shit's fun, because until it's on autopilot and until you enjoy doing it, it's gonna feel like work. And if it feels like work, it won't work on women. All right. I can't even tell if you guys are with me. I'm pretty sure the lag is like a minute long. So I'm sorry, I can't check in with you and we can't vibe together. But hey, listen, regardless, please make sure you stay till the very end. Because while I'm giving you the how-to on approaching, I'm also going to show you how to get this shit on autopilot as well. Once you do have the steps down pat, because again, we want this to feel good for you. And that's what it's all about, making this entire process fun for you guys. So for those of you who don't know, I know a bunch of you had admitted to me that you've known me for a week. Maybe you met me just yesterday. That's fine. But for those of you who don't know, I'm Jessica J. I'm a former marriage and family therapist and Playboy radio show host turned dating coach for men. I started doing this with pickup artists and other dating coaches. And for the past 10 years or so, I've been helping guys just create connections, create chemistry with any woman they wanted. But like I said, I work with pickup artists. I don't know if you know what those are. Google it later. But I work with pickup artists and other male dating coaches who didn't have like an actual how-to on approaching women. They just demanded that, like, just do it, just fucking do it. Say this to her and fucking do it. Be confident. And they would like give all their students the same copy and paste openers to use and insist that it didn't work because they weren't confident when they said it. But it's like, how can you be confident in something if it doesn't work all the time? And that just was the case for all these students. It never worked all the time. Sometimes it would work, sometimes the women would roll their eyes, and that just doesn't build fucking confidence. So yeah, I went on to devise my own system that is now my speak to spark arousal system based on what creates those knee-jerk responses in human beings to other human beings. And when I started teaching this system, I saw guys firsthand get results that were just exponentially better than the ones that I was seeing in field working with other pickup artists and other dating coaches. And that's what I'm here to teach you guys today, is this approaching component of my entire system. Once you start approaching this way, you'll see women just immediately engage, immediately respond without a thought. Like I said, knee jerk, which after doing once just gives all my clients the confidence to just keep doing it. Because that now signals to the brain that, oh shit, we didn't even have to try so hard. And that's what it's all about. One client of mine, I remember he made a game out of, all right, I'm going to try it out on 10 different women today and see when it doesn't work. And, you know, it never didn't work. At this point, he's just never gotten rejected from using it. He's never gotten the cold shoulder. He's never gotten ignored. He's never gotten a one-word response. Women are instinctively engaged to the point where if he doesn't ask for a woman's number by the end of it, it's because one, she offered it already first, or two, he didn't fucking want it. So all right, enough about this. Let's get down to it. We're already wasted so much time. I'm so sorry. But I'm gonna make it totally foolproof for you guys tonight. All right. So most guys think that they need to say something that gets a woman immediately interested in you. Like, oh, she needs to be interested in me immediately, or something that will make us want you immediately. That's why most guys won't approach if they feel they don't fit the mold of what an attractive man is. That's also why most men feel like they can't approach women that they consider out of their league, because you think that we women think like you men, and that's just not the case. Like, we are first and foremost not attracted. You guys are first and foremost attracted to us visually. That's how you guys work. That's how you operate. But we women, we don't operate like that. And this is probably why a lot of you guys talk yourself out of approaching women, especially women that are like out of your league. But the truth is, we just don't operate that way when it comes to attraction. What gets us hooked is how a man makes us feel, right? And if you can immediately disarm a woman, she'll immediately feel safe with you. And feeling safe with a man is one of the biggest primal turn-ons for us women. I can't tell you how many times men have helped me out in public with something, and like they weren't trying to hit on me, and they weren't like, you know, being creepy. They were just helping me out, and I've been like, oh my God, marry me. Or I've asked for their numbers. Like, there's just something that happens in us women where when we feel safe with you, we're completely disarmed. We just can't help but feel endeared towards men who make us feel like that. Because women, the second we step out of our house, I'll tell you right now, we feel at least a little twinge of danger around complete strangers who are men. So the second you can take that away, and you can take it away in seconds, is the second you will literally start making women melt for you. Okay, so how do you do that? Let's get out. If you guys don't already have like something to take notes, I'm gonna give you guys a second right now while I take a sip of water. Okay, so how do you do that? You do this by opening with something personal and relevant. How many of you guys know where this is going at this point? Basically, anytime we say something personal and relevant, meaning speaking through our eyes, in our own heads, in our own bodies. I always give my clients, I see, I think, I feel. Anytime we can speak through our experience and be relevant, meaning right here, right now, what we do is we unconsciously force the person listening to relate to us in that moment. There's an immediate connection, because what's the number one thing we all have in common, guys? I always say it. It's the fact that we all have human bodies and we all have consciousness in those bodies, depending on what time of day or like, you know, how many drinks we've had, what hour. Because we can all relate to one another on a conscious human level. Anytime you consciously speak to our human experiences, to your human experience, whoever's listening will automatically be able to understand and subconsciously relate to you and whatever it is you're saying. They'll be able to see themselves as you. Even if all you said was, I'm lost and I don't know where I am right now. Or if you said, I wish I brought my jacket. Or if you said, this is the first green banana I've ever seen in my life. I can't even say that shit right now without smirking. Again, whatever it is, whoever is listening, no matter what, they will be able to relate to you. And mind you, I wasn't even speaking from personal experience, but I am relating to a man I am picturing saying that shit as we speak. And I'm like, that's so cute. Either way, they'll be able to relate to you no matter what. And when someone can relate to you guys, they can automatically feel okay with you. And women will automatically feel like you're a human as opposed to a threat. Are you with me? I want to say, are you with me? But again, there's such a lag. I'm just so sorry, guys. Okay, so now a lot of you might be like, but Jessica, I can't just say something random about the green banana to a stranger. But here's the thing, you guys could probably say it to somebody you know already, right? You probably have no problem turning to like your sister and being like, this is the first green banana I've ever seen. You probably feel stupid, but whatever. But you could probably say it to somebody you already know already, right? But what's the difference? The only difference is that you think you have a shared relationship with somebody you already know, and that you don't yet have a shared relationship with somebody you don't know. But let me paint a picture for you for a second. If you and that woman, who is a complete stranger, just randomly, automatically, instantly got trapped in an elevator together, would you say that you now have a shared experience? And with a shared experience, would you now say it's safe to at least say something to her? Now, let me take away the trapped in an elevator and it's the two of you still sitting there. That's exactly what now is. Now is the shared experience you have with every single woman who hears you speak or sees you message them, which is why it's so important to speak to the now. By saying something personal and something personally happening now, what you're doing is you're signaling to her brain that you're one, somebody just like her who is safe, somebody she could trust, and two, that you guys have something in common, that you have that shared experience, so she should further trust you. I want to check in with you guys so bad. I see I got more moves than a bowl of Jello. Now you have me thinking about Jello. Like, where can I get Jello this time of night? But do you guys see why saying something personal and relevant, like, I don't know where I am right now, or even this drink looks a lot better than it tastes. Do you see how that would have more of an impact on a woman than, hi, how are you? Or you're really beautiful. Can you guys see that? I wish we could talk, guys. I hate this, but we'll be able to talk on Thursday. Okay, awesome. I hope you guys get it. Day coming up. Shit. Yep. Okay, so for those of you skeptics who just aren't yet convinced, I get it. You're right. Leaving at that can leave a woman being like, okay. Like if you're just like, this is the first green banana I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, women might be like, okay. And they might say nothing else. That's why it's so important to also make her feel compelled to respond with your approach. Which then brings me to the next step. And some of you probably already know what the next step is, which is, hey, it's how about you? I always say PRS plus, hey, so how about you? Now, a lot of you guys think that, and you wouldn't be wrong, you think that you got to ask a question in the approach because a question will inadvertently engage a woman. Sure, asking anybody a question might create a knee-jerk response, but if a woman feels anything but compelled and excited and automatically engaging with you, it'll always be out of social obligation or politeness. And getting a woman to feel social obligation or politeness the second you open your mouth, it's only going to send things downhill from there. But you do need to engage her. You're correct. Again, back to green banana. We can't just, first green banana I've ever seen in my life. We have to engage, and asking how about you or some version of it after you give yourself first, it's going to cause anybody to give an automatic knee-jerk response if they haven't already in their heads from the first thing you said. A bunch of y'all here, I can't even read the chat right now, but as I'm talking about this stupid fucking green banana, I'm sure plenty of you are able to picture yourselves in front of me with a green fucking banana. But does that make sense? Again, I can't even interact with y'all in the chat, but I'm assuming y'all are still with me. Again, I'm going to say it again. If they haven't already reacted to you in their heads, you engaging with a version of how about you is going to make us feel compelled to just spit it out. I see it all the time on my client calls when my clients say, how about you to the practice girls? And they're already spitting it out sometimes before they say, how about you? So do you guys see how and why PRS plus hey would be effective for any man or any woman in any situation? I wish we could talk, guys. And I'll tell you right now, you guys will never find or feel a better approach formula than my PRS plus hey. But it does require you guys to be able to hone in on your in the moment experiences. That's probably the hardest part, is getting my clients to shift into that line of thinking. And it does take some practice. It's a new way of thinking. It's like going from playing the guitar to learning how to play the piano. But what I have for everyone who does go through Speak to Spark Arousal is I have them write out like 10 PRS statements a day, just to get in the habit of getting used to thinking in a personal and relevant way at all times. And I'll tell you guys right now, like it's so on autopilot, like I have to stop myself from speaking like this out in public, because it gets too many people talking to me. And y'all know I'm introverted as fuck, so I like only use it when I'm feeling saucy and social. But anyway, so let's recap. I'm seeing somebody right now. What is PRS? So let's recap on exactly how to execute this two-step approach one last time. So you guys got to state your current in the moment personal statement. If you start with the words right now, it's a good way to get yourself situated to do it when you're in front of a woman. Like right now, I am sitting here with this green banana and I've never seen one before in my life. Fuck it, whatever. We'll go back there. Even right now, I'll do one for you guys right now. Right now, I'm sitting here wondering why I didn't pee before this training. Okay, then step 2. Relay back to the person listening with a literal how about you or a version of it. Okay, so example, right now I'm sitting here wondering why I didn't pee before the training. How about you? How y'all doing over there with your bladders during this training? Okay, now do you guys see how you can literally come up with something new and unique and special every fucking time you approach a woman so that she feels special and not like you're copying and pasting this shit to all the women like a fucking jerk off? Banana posse, yes. Okay, I'll tell you guys right now, this is the only way to approach a woman in a way that gets her feeling safe, gets her feeling special, like I said, and then gets her feeling compelled to engage with you. And like I said earlier, this is something that you'll probably need to train. Again, it does evolve, it does involve some practice in order to get it on autopilot. And for anybody looking to do just that, I'm going to invite you guys who are here tonight onto my latest masterclass, which is Thursday. And that's when I'm going to do my training called the 3 Steps to Becoming a Natural with Women, where you can take what I teach you throughout these days together, including what I taught you today, and we're going to get it ingrained on autopilot so that it becomes an unconscious embodiment of who you are to women moving forward. So like I said, I brought up the piano. Y'all know I play piano, but just like you can learn how to play piano or even drive, you know, you can unconsciously go to and from work without even like thinking about it. You can also learn to unconsciously attract women just by the way you walk and just by the way you talk without having to even think about it anymore. And we'll try. Patricia, can you throw the link in the masterclass? I know there's a lag, damn it. But Patricia, can you throw it in the masterclass or in the chat? Or you can click on the link in the description of this live stream. Oh, maybe it's not even there, but whatever. The link is, yeah, okay, so she put on the screen. It's jessicajdating.com/3steps. And we are charging this time. I'll tell you guys right now, we're charging this time, but right now we're only charging $14.99, where you're going to get not only access to the masterclass, you're going to get the recordings from every single training we do this week after today. And these recordings won't be available like they've always been. So yeah, after Thursday, we're actually, so this is going to be part of a package that we're going to be selling for like $150, all 5 live trainings, recordings. So basically you're going to get live access and the recordings for like 90% off or some shit. So yeah, either way, Thursday is where we're going to talk about making this stick for the rest of your life after Thursday. It's going to be a much longer training. We're doing these one-offs really quick, but that's going to be our bread and butter. Because once you know for a fact, guys, that this shit works and that it works every time, what you're doing is you're building that muscle memory for this one specific action. And as you build that muscle, it becomes ingrained in your body in a way where you can now do it without having to consciously think about it. Again, like driving back and forth from work. And that's exactly what we're going to go over in Thursday's masterclass, is how to get that shit permanently ingrained into your personality, where you know for a fact that every single time you open your mouth to a woman, she's going to engage and she's going to be excited. She's going to light up just from you having talked to her. And with that knowledge, you'll build confidence. And with that confidence, you're now going to exude that type of vibration, really, that'll show women that you have what it takes, that you have options. And with those options, you're the one doing the choosing now of who gets to be in your life. One of my clients, or once my clients get this stuff down, they say that like they don't even have to approach anymore, like, because women are doing it for them. Like, and that's the funny thing about like perfecting your approach, right? It's like the more you do it, the better you get at it. And the better you get at it, the less you have to do it. I just love how that works. And I just said this to another client yesterday. Like, it's my favorite thing to hear by the end of the program. The guys are like, I don't even try, but these women are approaching me. So yeah, find out how to make this happen by signing up for Thursday's masterclass. Again, Patricia put the link in the chat. It's jessicajdating.com/3steps. I did this exact masterclass a year ago, and it is by far the most talked about one, where guys were in to say how much it really just changed their lives after that night. So I wanted to do it a year ago. I wanted to wait a year to do it again. And I'm super stoked to be able to do it for you guys this week. Super excited. But again, we always have a cap on how many guys can join. So make sure you sign up now. Also, we're charging because we want better quality guys. I'm so sorry. I hate to say it, like it being free, you get what you don't pay for. And we'll have trolls in here. We'll have assholes in here talking shit to you guys who are serious about this stuff. So that's why we're doing it. It's basically like, if you're serious about this shit and you're serious about me and you take yourself seriously, then it's just going to be us. I always say you're not paying for like who you get to be around, you're also paying for who you don't have to be around. So that's what this is, guys, in case some of you are salty, like, oh, I don't get it, but I told you I would charge for it after last year. So yeah, if you guys go to that link, you'll be able to be a part of it, and you will get recordings. You'll hear from Patricia personally every night with recordings after we do these lives. And either way, you guys now have exactly what you need to get your approach down, to get it down right. So now let's just get it on autopilot, guys, right? So yeah, thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. I was so happy to do this for you. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to talk about creating and strengthening connections. All right. Yeah, I can't really interact with you guys. I'm so sad, but either way, y'all have a good night. I'm glad we figured this out. And hopefully tomorrow the tech issues will not be available. But either way, guys, you have a good one, and I will see you tomorrow.